It's not what you did, son, that angers me so. It's who you did it to.
Ooh, the nobody.
That nobody is John Wick.
Never stop, don't get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you. Always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the John Wick Minute, where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate John Wick 1 minute at a time. And today we are doing minute 40. Minute
I'm
40.
Steven. And I'm Seth.
Nobody cares. Minute 40 begins with him sliding the coin across the thing, as ended in the last minute, and ends with John Wick getting into one of those classic elevators and beginning his descent to where nobody knows.
Our
where the movie
state
ends.
capital has an elevator door like that. Fun fact. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of New York and elevators, when I went to the Empire State Building, there was there's a line once you get to the top to go outside up on the top floor or whatever. You walk by an elevator shaft, and you can't really look too far down, but you can look down far enough that it is nauseating because it's this dark, endless tunnel. So old classic elevators in New York.
But that building's not even that tall.
The Empire State Building's not tall, or this?
I said it's not even that tall. I mean, you compare it to the CN Tower or...
Burj Khalifa.
Sure.
That is
The one Tom
I
Cruise
hear
climbs
if
in.
you
Yeah.
drive. I hear you can drive cars.
Hey,
Between
I
buildings.
watched a video on the physics of that, and they said it was realistic.
Possible and realistic are two different things.
Yeah.
They said the physics were realistic. So,
Physics are possible.
right.
What's funny is what looks more unrealistic to me than the car actually going through the buildings is when it falls to the ground and crashes, and when it lands on the ground, it just kind of thunk thunk and falls
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
That, though, is actually probably what would happen more, because a metal thing like that's not going to bounce. It's going to crumble and,
I don't expect much of a bounce, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
heavy metal objects just... But yeah, so back to John Wick instead of the
Wick.
Fast franchise. Anything stick out to you?
Cool video stuff in general. Just
Like him
building
watching his dead
team.
wife on his phone? That kind of cool video stuff?
Well, yeah. Interestingly, it's this and the very beginning, where you watch. Well, he's having the flashbacks watching the video. There's no color glow here, and it's not yellow, right? Everything's blue in this, and so either they've just given up on shading, which I don't think is true because
No, because when he gets in the
super
elevator,
blue.
it's gold again.
it's gonna be like movie 4 long after they've given up, and it's gonna be near the end. You'll be like, "It's yellow here. He's happy."
No, dude,
And he's
we discussed this back in movie 2. They start color grading set pieces. So
Right.
you've seen
You're
4
right.
now.
Not
It's like the club scene has its own, and
Yeah.
the Asian Japanese place has its own, and so they're all separate.
Osaka
think-
Continental. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway.
So yeah, he's sitting in his. He has a short talk with the concierge. Goes up and tells him he's happy to see him. He has a iMac, probably the same as mine.
That's what I said.
I heard you. 'Cause-
Oh, we forgot. John is put in room 818.
See,
Repeat 18.
Yes.
The whole. I wonder if that's anything. So when they switch to the outside view of the Continental, one of the street lamps comes on.
Mhm.
Then, just okay. Now it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Time has passed.
Good shot though. Nice up look shot. I like the artistic.
so
Um,
is there a reason they gave him a palindrome for a room number?
Probably not.
I don't
At
think
least
so.
the palindrome might not be the reason. There might be some sort of reason for 818, but probably not just because palindrome. Have something else.
Just
It
wondering.
would serve no purpose whatsoever.
Could be an
to have it,
inside
because
thing.
you could do. Yeah, it would have to be, but like my phone number is a palindrome for the area code, right?
Yeah.
Means nothing.
Well, John Wick had his life turned up to an 8 when he was an assassin, and then he had it turned back down to a 1 for a while, and then he had to turn it back up to an 8 to be an assassin again by the end of the
There
year.
you go. We
There's a
found it.
cycle of it.
Figured it out.
We've now determined the meaning of it. So
You're welcome.
Too bad
his
it didn't get
room
turned
is
up to 11.
interesting, right? So the room is interesting because it's probably just because it's older and it is on the front curve. But the bed is there, and at the foot of the bed is the sitting table. And it's just kind of an odd room. But again, it is on the front face of the building.
So if I'm correct, I'm rewinding here to make sure. I believe that what he's sitting on. Okay, no, he sits on the end of the bed. Never mind. I thought he was sitting on like a shelf kind of thing on the foot of the bed. Never mind. I was gonna say that's where Michael Scott sleeps, but
I hate that episode so much. I hate that episode.
it's so good. One of the
Yeah.
best.
So we definitely get the idea that he has been here many times as well, because before he goes up to his room, the concierge does say, "As always, it's a pleasure having you with us again." So he's been here a lot, and he waits until night to do anything else in the Continental. Like, he goes in his room, he sits down, watches a video, lets it get dark.
Yeah, you don't go start day drinking when you're on duty. You're here to
He's
do
on
some
duty
work.
now? Is that what
He's there to do some work.
I think he's waiting. I think he's waiting for the bar to open.
Right.
You're gonna tell me the Continental doesn't
Oh,
have
no.
some other activity in a lounge or a bar during the day?
He
It's an
doesn't. John Wick doesn't strike me as the social
He
type.
seems like he's
We
just
talked about this. How many friends does he actually have?
bursting
though?
at
So
the
many.
seams to
Well,
go do
Ford
activities in the garage.
Yeah, Ford does seem to indicate that he has few but good.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he's not exactly like, oh, I'm waiting for
But here's the thing.
gangster bar to open up. I'm just gonna
Right.
go down to the hotel lobby and
Through all the
watch
movies, we can
He's fan.
count his friends. You have
Or at least people he's on
Winston.
first name basis with.
You have Winston. You have the concierge. You have Kane. And you have the guy from the fourth movie. Other
The
than
owner
Kane.
of the Continental. So
4.
you also have Perkins, the lady at
No,
the
no,
bar.
no.
who
He
kisses him
knows
on the cheek.
Perkins.
You have
That
the
is not
guy
the
in room
same.
who's-
Hold
who
on.
comes into-
Knowing Perkins does not make them friends. She
says
didn't
it's
show
good
up to his
see you again.
to his wife's
Good
funeral.
seeing you again. We
So
don't know
what?
that.
No. We're not talking about people he's social with. You asked for friends. People who demonstrate friendship to him are.
You said he doesn't strike me as a social person.
No. I said he does.
So I'm talking socials.
Okay, he knows people because it's business relationships. But as far as friends go, I'm saying we can count his friends probably on one hand in all 4 movies.
Close friends, sure. But
No,
I'm just saying.
friends. There's a difference.
could
There's
go
people I'm on
associate
first
with
name
people
base
down there
with.
that he knows.
There's people I'm on first name basis with that I'm not social with. I see them, I know them, but I don't. Yeah, no. As an antisocial person, I totally get you have a very small group of friends, and the rest you're friendly with. When you see them, that's about as good as it gets.
I still think he could go down to the lounge and ask if any of them know about Vigo or Yosef or anything.
Why? He just wants to ask Winston because he knows Winston knows.
He only has one. Yeah, he has one. Again, the not social part. He doesn't have a particular. Although, to contradict ourselves, he has a fairly lengthy conversation in the upcoming minutes with not Winston. So when he's getting his drink, so
She kisses his
guess.
cheek, right? They're close.
asked him how. Yeah, sure, okay,
Okay,
granted.
so that ups it to 5.
Anyway,
And everyone
know.
everyone talks to the
who he
bartender.
is connected.
everyone.
That's also fair, but
Yeah.
it's obvious everybody knows who he is. He almost knows who everybody is, whether he has a rapport with them or not.
Right.
So-
I'm just saying Mark's the only one to show up at the funeral.
right.
All right, that we know of.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's not much to it past that. You see him in his room. The hallway he comes out to is green for some reason. The room was blue. Interesting.
The room is blue
choices.
because he's sad. Although it does have that
Very-
lamp on in the back, which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
Throw off the light.
very Matrixy.
He's about to follow the white rabbit.
It kind of does have a Matrix vibe, which is kind of funny. I never noticed that before. It's a little different color. It's still kind of yellowish, but it's not the gold. So, like, yeah, that's it. It does have a little bit of a Matrix vibe to it.
And then music starts, like this kind of driving music. And then he gets in the elevator and it goes down. That's where it ends.
To the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes, of course.
Keep it secret.
Where else
Keep
would
it
an
safe.
elevator go down to? Now you've got 2 fantasy references in like 10 seconds.
Yep. It's not my fault. J.K. Rowling copied every other British fantasy to make her world.
Not just British, but yes.
But
To make
I
money.
don't begrudge her for it because she was able to make it work really, really, really good.
Oh yes. All right. Well, anyway, is that it? Any other notes?
That's all I got for this minute. Not too much going on, except like world building, right?
Sure.
Quite a bit of that going on. Stuff's about to go down, but
You're
not too much
slowly
yet.
being introduced to this parallel world.
Just yeah.
And we are 40 minutes into the film. Only an hour left.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm about to quit my
All
other
right.
podcast, y'all. We got 201
Well-
episodes over there, and over here we're like, oh, we have an hour left. We're 40 minutes in. Shut up.
Yeah, but we've
You
also
chose
got
like the
movies.
longest movie in existence
I know.
other than Dinotopia. So that's your
We
fault.
Three
have-
hours and
yeah,
20
we have-
minutes.
Oh wait, no, that's not. That has nothing on Return of the King. So that
Well,
Well,
yeah.
if you guys
that
don't,
would be a hard one to do.
that'd be hard.
And it's
People
been
have already
done.
done it.
So, yeah.
If you guys don't have anything else for this minute, we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, but that
Please-
just ties us
what?
into Titanic. Because
We
wasn't
already did that.
Titanic and Return of the King, aren't they tied for most Oscars? Or is Titanic not the movie?
I don't think
Lord of the
anything
Rings.
is tied with
No. Lord of the Rings. Hold on. It is
It got a
tied
lot.
for first place.
I thought Return of the King had first. Like by a landslide, I thought.
Okay, yeah. Here it is. So Ben-Hur was nominated in 12, Titanic 14, Return of the King 11. But as far as okay, so that's the difference. The Return of the King won all of the categories.
Gotcha.
So that's what set it apart. But yeah, so it won all 11 nominations. Titanic won 11 of the 14 nominations. So they are tied for... Yeah, I was right. Look at that. Tied 2 episodes together. Anyway,
Congratulations.
thank you. Random movie trivia fact for you.
All right. Check out our show notes where our podcasts are, and YouTube link, and store with a T-shirt, maybe. And then, come back next week, and hopefully we will see you on another episode of
The John
Wick.
Wick.
So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers.